were the resurgent Miami Dolphins that won 4 straight games, 5 of 6, heading into the Monday night showcase against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but then got dominated by Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin 28-15. Were they frauds? We will discuss that on this episode of Dolphins in Depth. I am Omar Kelly. Joining me is Isaiah Smalls, Miami Herald beat reporter. Isaiah, are the Dolphins frauds?
I mean, yeah. I don't want to say frauds because frauds implies a level of just
Deception.
Yeah. I don't think they were intentionally trying to build up fans' hopes just to let them down as soon as the months got cold. I think this was just a team that, to Mike McDaniel's point, discovered a specific way to practice that they locked in on that. And that worked for a little bit, right? And contrary to popular belief, I think they played a good 2 quarters of football, right? Like the first 2 quarters of football looked solid. I don't think people understand that. Like when you're on the field as much as that defense was on the field at first, you're bound to let something fall by the wayside, right? Like even like the 2 drives before the half, I believe it was like 13 and 16 plays. That's a lot of plays for the defense to be on the field, especially when the offense isn't doing anything to help you out, right? And so to me, the next question becomes, okay, so what happened at halftime, right? Because at halftime, something changed. I don't know what it was. Because the team that came out after halftime looked noticeably different. To me, and as Jordan Brooks pointed out, it was the tackling. Right, the open field tackles that they were making at first, they just stopped making in the second half.
Now, hold on. The one thing I do want to disagree with you with is you're acting like the defense played a ton of snaps. They only played 66 snaps. Now, the offense played 50 snaps, which is not great, but that's relatively just about average. However, to your point, and I do not disagree with this, but to your point, the Dolphins have lost the third quarter all season. They have been dominated by opponents in the third quarter all season. The scoring disparity in the third quarter from the Miami Dolphins in 2025 is 92-27. 92-27. Now, in every other quarter, the Dolphins have a 20-point lead on points in quarter one. They've got a 23-point lead in the second quarter, and they trail in the fourth quarter by 3 points. But do you know what a 92-27 disparity is? That is
poor coaching. That's poor coaching.
Or you come out flat, or you don't make 6 halftime adjustments. You think it's coaching?
Yes. Are the players supposed to adjust themselves?
Hold on. They have gotten to the point where they want the ball in the first quarter so they can set the tone for the game. Now, this is a smart strategy that works for them. Now, what it also does is it gives the team possession in the third quarter. How many drives did Pittsburgh have in the third quarter?
I believe 3.
Look right
3.
now.
I think it's 3. Yeah, they had 3 and they all scored. They were all touchdown drives.
2, 3. Yes, the Dolphins had 2 3-and-outs in the third quarter. Now,
again, that's the lopsided time of possession, though. I think in that quarter specifically, it was 11 minutes to 4, if I remember correctly.
I mean, you're probably right. 2 3-and-outs is, but you're gonna have 3-and-outs at some point in the game. But yes, while a team is putting up points,
that's
not healthy. It's not healthy, but there are bigger, greater, more important issues to address. I'm not going to put this game on coaching because players go out there and play. It's not the play call that works. It's the execution of the play call or the inability to execute the play call. However, I will say this. You open the game not running the ball. Now, clearly, Pittsburgh is pinning in on stopping the run. They got 8 men in the box. You see 8 men in the box. What do if you're a smart coach? You play Madden, you play NCAA football, 8 men in the box. What is Isaiah doing? You running into it?
No, we passing the ball. Come on now.
So everybody who is second guessing Mike McDaniel on play calling, if the defense is showing you pass, you pass. However, if your quarterback cannot throw the ball more than 20 yards, you got a problem. If your offensive line cannot protect your quarterback, who actually was moving his body pretty decently for the first time all season. Oh, don't act like you didn't see him spinning out of some sacks. Don't act like you didn't see him run.
Wait, you talking about the sack that he spun out of only to get sacked 2 seconds later? I know that's not the sack. I know that's not what you're talking about. Right?
Hold on, wait a minute.
I know that's not what you're talking about. He spun out the sack just to get sacked 2 minutes later. You're giving credit for that. I know you saw that scramble attempt where it looked like he couldn't choose between diving or sliding. Like, come on.
Patrick McQueen tried to take his head off.
You know how you prevent that?
How?
It's if you make a decision fast. He talked about after he said, "Oh, it was just a split decision. I just tried to do whatever." No. You could see when he took off running that when the field opened up.
Why you gonna do the tool move? Like
when the field opened up, I'm like, okay, like this is an easy first down. He's gonna get
it
it
anymore. You know he can't do it.
And he just I don't know what happened, but it's like you could see him like hear Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer, the ghost of them in his head say, "Keep yourself healthy." Kind of like the ghost that visits
the season. I think we can stop worrying about keeping ourselves healthy. Like, but
he can't stop worrying about that because
No, that's not fair. Everybody's thinking and saying it's, oh, he's keeping himself healthy. He looks like he's running in quicksand all the time.
Well, of course, yeah.
No. He was not like this all the time.
You're right. But this is what happens when injuries pile up. When you get older, this is year what?
He's 27. He just turned 27.
27 with 18 hip surgeries or whatever. I'm joking. That's not 18. But
it's only one hip surgery.
One hip surgery, a banged up hip last year. He said he don't got ankles anymore. Look, and I want to, and before I finish my point, I want to get back to what I said with coaching. Right, to me, the best coaches, the best teams, they make the adjustments at halftime in order to come out and in the third quarter to have a strong third quarter. That is universal across all sports. Is that you go in halftime, you make your adjustments, third quarter, you come out, and you're supposed to be a better team, right? To me, the issue was they came out and I don't think you can say they abandoned their principles, right? Because I want to go back in the third quarter and watch that the offense.
They started using that jumbo package like it was going to save their life. It just wasn't working.
I also, and then on the flip side, right, defensively, they just stopped. And I think I could pinpoint the exact play where stuff fell apart. It was on the first drive. That 38-yard run to Kenneth Gainwell where Ashton Davis kind of threw his body into him and didn't wrap up, which something that we hadn't necessarily seen that entire game. I feel like once that horribly. Oh yeah, they played pretty badly. But I think once that kind of happened, it looks like the team. I don't want to say they look like they gave up because I don't think they gave up, but it looked that to me was the beginning of the end. Once they popped off that big run, I felt like we were in week 2, week 3, week 4, where, okay, the defense plays well for a little bit, but then they get those sacrifice those big runs, and eventually it starts to eat up the clock, get down the field.
It was definitely Gainwell, but let's address the offense. Yes, we know the defense bent in the third quarter. The third quarter is where this team's Achilles heel is. Let's start with this. They begin their first drive with the Brunskill jumbo package. Achane gains nothing. 4-yard dump down to Ingold, and then we get the Jalen Ramsey sack on the NWI slip.
Mm-hmm. That was a great play call by Tomlin, and then I like that one.
Okay, so we got to punt the ball. We just lost 12 yards. We got to punt the ball. Then they score on the Metcalf 28-yard touchdown. That's 14 points in the third quarter. Now let's go to Miami's next drive. -1 yard.
Wait. Wasn't the Valdez-Scantling one first?
No, yeah, I skipped that one. They got the kickoff, scored. Miami's first possession. Ramsey sacked.
My bad.
Next possession, they scored, capping a 10-play drive. That was, I believe, aided by penalties. Was it aided by penalties? Yes. Too many men on the field.
On which was third down, I believe, right?
Yes, 3rd and 3. Too many men on the field. And then a 3rd and 5, they passed. A 3rd and 5, they passed it to the tight end, gained 16 yards. And then we get Rodgers and Metcalf, who basically threw people off him, who he is one of the strongest receivers in the league. So that's
true. That's true. I mean, that was insane. And you know who he also is?
Huh?
You know what he also is?
What is he?
A member of Neighbors Know My Name.
That's your
Mm-hmm. And we advance to the next round. Sorry, keep going. I'm bad.
I'm sure you got good performance from A-Chan too.
It was straight.
Even though Mike abandoned the run. Then we get to the second drive. -1 yard run by A-Chan. You're putting the ball in your best player's hand. Incomplete pass to Waddle. Trying to put it in your best player's hand. Then we get an 11-yard sack to Tua. What do those two drives have in common?
He took sacks of 10+ yards. And wait, and correct me if I'm wrong. Was that second drive? I believe that was aided by the penalty, right? They got the ball at Pittsburgh's 40 or their own 40.
No.
That was the drive afterwards.
That was the first drive. The first drive.
Oh my! That to me. That's when I knew they were going to lose the game, because when the roles were reversed, right? When Pittsburgh got the ball at their own 40, what did they do? Went down the field, scored, right? Like it was nothing. Miami lost, ended up losing like 12 yards.
Two critical fourth quarter drives. Dolphins got hurt. Dolphins got sacked.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, this is where we are as a team. Now, the question is, can it be fixed, and where do we go from here? Because 3 games left, no playoff to play for, no playoff berth to play for. Not that it was realistic anyway. As I said, for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm like, I'll take this playoff talk serious if they beat the Steelers. Because
of course,
I know who a Mike Tomlin-led team is. I know, man. I've been up here in Pittsburgh, and I'll say this. I said it on Twitter, and I do stand by this. The Miami Dolphins fan base, they can take a percentage or take a hold of every team stadium. It don't matter where they are. Maybe they get a little challenge in Kansas City. Pittsburgh, you ain't gonna get no seats up in there. You ain't gonna get no sections. You're gonna get a sprinkle of Dolphin fans here, a sprinkle of Dolphin fans there. And when I say a sprinkle, I mean 2 or 3 people together. You're sporadically going to get maybe 5,000 Dolphin fans in the stadium, but you're not going to be able to make any noise for your team to get a little rally going. Like, that's a different place. And when they start playing Renegade, I don't know if you ever seen that. When they start playing this Renegade, this old song from like 1980, and them towels start waving, you better forget. I don't know what makes them play it at a certain time, but it's like they got their foot on your neck, and then Renegade starts playing. Oh, it's a wrap. It's over. It's over.
And it's not the Jay-Z Eminem Renegade either. Because every time, because when y'all said that, I was like, oh, they be playing Jay-Z at the games. Oh, that's cool.
Nah, it's. I think it's an Onyx song. I'm. That's not my genre. That's not my music. Sticks. Okay, yeah. No, I'm sorry, not Onyx song. It was. I knew it was an yeah, Sticks. When they start playing that Renegade, when I tell you a whole stadium turn up, like it's a turn up. Like, and you see them yellow towels. All you see is like 60,000 yellow towels swinging in the air. I'm like, damn, it's over. That's when I knew it was a wrap. Like you might be too young for Hulk Hogan. When Hulk Hogan started going,
I know who Hulk Hogan is. Yes,
you do know who, but you don't know the era. You know what I'm saying?
I watched the little WWE documentary.
When Hulk Hogan started going like this,
yeah,
and it don't matter what you do to him. You can pound on him, you can hit him, it don't matter. It ain't gonna phase Hulk Hogan. Now it's all fake. But it ain't gonna phase Hulk Hogan because he already doing this. That's what happened when the Renegade song come out. They like, oh, and it's over. It's done. It's a wrap after that point. Like they started playing that thing in the third quarter. It was over. It was gone. It was done. It was gone. So,
yikes.
The question is, what happens now?
I don't know. I think this team's resolve will certainly be tested over the next 3 games. I think right now it's a period in which this team is kind of playing for Mike McDaniel's job. You said something in our group chat that nervous Mike McDaniel has returned, right? Which means to your
yeah, when that guy returns,
it essentially means, and what Omar and Barry extrapolated was that I don't think he's been given any guarantees about his return. This is straight from them. This is the OGs talking. I'm just listening and providing y'all with the game. So, look, I think we're now at a time where it's like, okay, do y'all want to return? Right?
Do y'all want who, the Mike and the coaching staff to return?
Do y'all want Mike and the coaching staff to return? I think it's that simple. I think.
So what they got to win all 3?
Yeah, kind of. Because again, and I've been harping on this since he said it. When Stephen Ross gave his decree at the end of the 2024 season, saying that he is not satisfied with the status quo. To me, the status quo was a personnel thing, but then also it was a record thing, right? Last year they were 8-9, right? The best you can do, you got 3 games left, is 9-8. For you not to fall victim and fall below the status quo, which was very clearly stated last year, you have to go 9-8, which means you have to win all 3 games, 2 home games against the Bengals and Buccaneers, and they got to travel to New England or Boston, Foxborough, and beat the Patriots, a team that's one of the hottest. Got exposed by the Bills recently, but are one of the hottest teams in football, right?
They don't scare me, but that's a whole different subject.
The Steelers didn't scare you. Look how that went.
I mean, the style of play, the environment, the cold. Like I knew, and that's what I wrote. If them narratives, you want them to go away. This is your opportunity. This is your time, and that was the main disappointment you could sense from Mike.
I agree.
We thought we were ready. We thought we were the big boys. We still wearing pull-ups. We still little babies.
You still asking mommy and daddy to take you to the bathroom?
Somebody got to wipe your cheeks. You're not ready. You're not ready like by yourself. And this is just and to your point, and I got to ask you this question, but to your point, that's status quo. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Steve Ross will ultimately regret using the term status quo?
Probably 100%. Only because it gives you a definitive, clear, definitive line. You can't live in the ambiguity anymore, which I know owners and stuff would love to do, right? They want it to be a little bit of gray, right? But now you laid out very clear expectations, right? And we've already saw one body drop in Chris Greer, right?
But is that body enough?
I think we'll see over the next 3 games. Because look, I think I gave Mike McDaniel more credit than a lot of the fans. They were still, even when it got, even amid the 4-game win streak, there still was a pocket of fans that's like, look, the other shoe's gonna drop eventually. We know
that Dolphin moment is coming.
Yeah, but I give him credit for kind of getting back to his roots because, he was the run game coordinator and just trying to come up with some concepts.
Getting back to his roots from 4 years ago?
Look, that was his roots.
You're right. You're right. But why take you 4 years?
Because you had Tyreek Hill. You had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there. That's why. Like you had mouths you had to feed on the outside. And when one of those mouths suffered a season-ending injury, right? And you realize that, look, okay, I only have one mouth to feed out there. But Jalen Waddle is not going to go to the media and say, I want more targets, right? Am I right or wrong?
Correct.
He's not. So you develop a new identity of the team. You realize you have something to Devon Achane, and you ride that train till the wheels fall off, right? And so now you're in a situation where, look, you gave your best effort through 2 quarters against the Steelers, right? Now the question becomes, what will they do against the Bengals team that's also eliminated, that I think is also playing for pride, that is going to come in here and try to, stop this run game? What can you do? Because as Mike McDaniel likes to say, everyone knows we're going to run the ball. The key is, can we run the ball still effectively while everyone knows that we're doing it? And I think that's what they have to show the next 3 games. My question to you, though, and because he doesn't have these assurances, because Tua technically gives him the best chance to win, is there no way, shape, or form that he explores benching Tua? That's my question to you. Because to me, up until the 4th quarter, that looked like a quarterback that had no idea what he was doing, really, that looked a little bit, I don't want to say he looked out of it, but he definitely, that interception told me all I need to know. That, like, he was just kind of, that ball came off so wobbly. And that was the first time. And I've had friends that tell me this for years, like, Tua's arm doesn't last in the cold. It's like, okay, I hear you. But I wanted to see it with my own eyes. That was the first time that I could see it with my own eyes, where it was like, oh, like that joint came off like this. I was like, yo, oh my God. Like that's crazy.
I mean, it still wasn't a bad throw if the
Omar. No.
Hold on, wait.
What? If the corner doesn't drop back?
If the corner doesn't hide himself and drop back perfectly placed, it was still, the ball was still been right there. It would have been it would have been, here's the thing, it would have been a perfect Tua throw where only his receiver can catch it. And, Tua's hitting that pinpoint corner of the, that's the only throw he could really throw that far. I'm going to be real about it. That's the only throw he could really throw that far.
Mm-hmm.
Great play by Asante Samuel Jr., who wanted to be a Dolphin, and I'm sure he's happy and thankful that he's a Steeler. But Dolphins, come on, Jack Jones and Rasul Douglas. I'm sorry, that might have been the best game I've ever seen Rasul Douglas play.
I don't know about the best game, but he played very well for sure. Very well. I mean, he didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the best because he didn't have a pick.
True, but man, that tackling. That
tackling was phenomenal. Oh yeah,
that was some big boy play right there.
Yeah,
and even Jack Jones did miss one of them critical tackles.
He did. But Jack Jones was coming out setting the edge very well as well.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I agree. And I know you.
I mean, when I can name the people who missed the tackles.
Yeah, like Ashton
Davis. Minka missed the tackle on DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
You got Melifonwu, who let the Valdez Scalding open.
Yeah.
You got Jack Jones.
It's funny because I actually run a similar play on NCAA, which is hilarious, where you just kind of like you sneak that wide receiver from the other side. You just consistently. It's a great play call. It's a very great play call.
Packers probably. I mean, the Pittsburgh probably stole it from NCAA. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a great play, and it's. You know what I found very interesting after the game? Now Aaron Rodgers is trying to build up this, we're a discarded team mentality, and everybody, these guys, they're thrown away, and we're gonna.
So you did see him. So you did see him give Rasul some praise after the game.
Oh, he loved. They hugged before the game. I was like, before the game started, it was a TV timeout. I know you ain't see, and I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here?
I forgot that, even though I lit my story literally yesterday was on Rasul Douglas. I forgot that Rodgers was on that team when he had his best season. That 5-pick season, and he had also returned 2 picks for touchdowns. Like I had totally forgotten about that. And so when I saw them embrace, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then
they embrace. I have never seen all these years, 19 years. Yeah. I have never seen 2 players from opposing teams before the game even begins hug each other like, bro, where you been? I have missed.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
This wasn't like during warm-ups. This was before snap 1 of their offensive drive. And I'm like, this is weird. But, that's besides the point. What do you do now, Isaiah? Do we play young players? Do we sit NWI? Do we need to NWI played 38% of the snaps, 18 snaps, by the way, on offense.
I was about to say, how many snaps does he need to fulfill for me to get my compensatory?
I heard 40 is the magic number. He played 18 this week.
Okay, so 40 snaps for the rest of the year. Oh yeah, he benching. He coming in right next to me. He has to play 40 snaps for me to get it, or if he plays more than 40 snaps.
He plays more than 40. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get you right to 39. You gonna come sit next to me.
Hey,
spread it out over the next.
I gotta see what Taj Washington and Theo Weiss can bring to my team.
That's real. Yeah. Wait, 22 divided by 3. Are you gonna play about 7 snaps a game, son?
No, I'm not even making him active. I'm not even making him active. I'm not even putting myself in that situation. I need to see what Taj Washington. The next GM needs to have some film of Taj Washington. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair. And look, if I'm Mike McDaniel and I haven't been given any assurances for my job, I kind of gotta keep playing to it. Unfortunately, even though my better judgment is telling me not to, I kind of gotta keep playing him.
What you gonna do? What is your alternative?
Quinn Ewers. I want to see what he got.
A practice quarterback who hasn't taken a single snap with a first team offense.
I mean, look, man. At the very least, we'll go through growing pains that are expected, right? No one expected Tua to lead the league in interceptions, right, this year. So at the very least,
Tua in 2026, because I just benched him. If I'm back,
you're not gonna like this answer. We're gonna Russell Wilson Broncos him
and take the $99 million hit.
Yeah. I just, because to me, I think when you make colossal mistakes, right, i.e. giving him that extension, the best way to do it is just cut bait. And it's gonna kill you at first. It's gonna hurt. That cut is gonna hurt because it's gonna be deep. $99 million deep. But I think it also signals to the rest of the. Well, first we're gonna try to find a trade partner. See if anyone wants this overpaid quarterback. We're gonna exhaust our options there. Maybe say we can take on a little bit of the money. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to move him at first. There's got to be some team that's a little bit court. You don't think the Colts would have loved to have Tua Tagovailoa right now instead of 44-year-old Phillip Rivers? Like there's gonna be teams every year. There's always teams that are looking for quarterbacks, right? We have one. He's a little bit overpaid. He's not really mobile, but he's not gonna slip in the pocket. And you don't got the Phillip Rivers. He might slip in the pocket.
Can't play the cold weather.
But that's why we got a dome in Indy. You know what I'm saying?
We might need a dome, so we're gonna limit it to dome teams.
Look, man, there's a lot of dome teams out there.
I say right now, hey, Arizona looking to unload Kyler Murray.
I actually said that at the beginning of the year. Once it became clear that he wasn't coming back, I said that I was like, Dolphins fans, would you do a swap? Just like a change of scenery, just, you know what I'm saying? Like just a little. And for one, I wasn't mad at it. Only because, look, like it's a rental. It's like a 1-year rental. I'm not necessarily a big fan of this quarterback class coming out, so I don't want to necessarily attach myself to one of those guys. When in 2027, it's looking like the mothership. It's looking like the mother load out there. We got Sayin, probably going to get Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers, Lagway. Hopefully those two guys make a significant jump in their quarterback play. Like, we're going to have real guys coming out that year. That, to me, is a year that I want to be primed and ready for a quarterback, right?
They said the same thing about this year. It was going to be the
no. But I always thought.
Oh yes, they did.
I thought this year was overblown from the beginning.
They said it after the draft. They said it.
But they immediately said that
25 class.
But I immediately knew it was BS when they said Arch Manning was coming out. When everybody in his family said he's staying 4 years, he doesn't need to come out right now. Everyone in his family said that. So when they told me that this quarterback was going to be
good, he's not even good.
I will say this: Arch Manning looked a different quarterback that last game of the season than he did. I saw his first game and I saw his last game. He looked markedly different. I'm not saying that he's ready to carry the weight of an NFL franchise. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying he looked a lot better in that last game. A lot better. But let's get off Arch Manning. I'm not talking about that. I think I would explore a way to get two off this team because it also signals that what's the one hallmark of the Mike McDaniel era? No one ever loses his job, right? To make that big of a change, and I'm saying if he's back, to make that big of a change to me would signal like, okay, like this is maybe we're not doing stuff the same old anymore, right? We're gonna try to make some moves in a better direction. I'm not saying it would work. I'm just saying that you kind of set a precedent from day one. Like, look, like nothing is going to be given to you around here anymore. And I know a player can't change a leopard can't change his spots this late in the game, right? But I mean, when you're coaching for your job, something got to give, man. Yeah, something got to give.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they play out this week. We return to practice on Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing how this team mentally gets prepared for the Cincinnati Bengals, whether or not they're still fighting for Mike, whether or not they're still fighting for themselves, because looks like we're going to be having a new GM and maybe a new head coach around here. On that note, we will see you on Wednesday here at Dolphins In Depth.